Hello, my name is Yazmin Hernandez, and this is Introduction to Sociology 101. The TV series that I decided to write about is the Golden Girls. In this show, it's about four older women who are experiencing and trying to navigate through life now in their golden years. All the women are over the age of 65, and the TV show portrays how older people, particularly women, are handling day-to-day situations. One of the first characters is Dorothy Spornek, who is a divorcee substitute teacher originally from Brooklyn, New York. She is Italian. She's the least attractive of the four as a parent to their day-to-day conversations. She is joined by her mother, Sophia Petrillo, who's in her 80s. She's foul-mouthed, she's funny, she's the jokester, she's very sincere, and she's in-your-face, truthful every time. There's the owner of the home, who is Blanche Devereaux. She's a Southern Belle, princess, high class, very sexually active of the four, and she's the owner of the home. She rents out rooms to Dorothy, Sophia, and our last character, who is Rose Nyland. She is the ditzy blonde from St. Olaf, Minnesota. She's very naive, very nice, very honest. She's the ditzy one of the four. So this TV series mainly focuses on two concepts. I mean, they have many. There's a lot of different concepts that they address during their, I believe it was a 7-year run. But although they touch a lot of different concepts, there are two main ones that I wanted to discuss, and the first one is sexuality. And sexuality is a person's capacity for sexual feelings, and in this particular series is the sexuality of older women. One character who I mentioned earlier, Blanche Devereaux, is the most sexually active, and she's been sexually active since she was a teenager. But the other three characters also enjoy sex, and they're constantly talking about sex, and they're talking about sex through while eating their cheesecake and addressing their problems. So this is one of the bigger concepts, and I think in every single episode they discuss their sexual activities. The second really big concept that I think is what the entire premise of the show is about is aging. And a lot of things that they discuss is how getting older is affecting their lives. You know, you can't find a job as easily as you could before. Your body's hurting, you're sick, and you worry about what's going to happen next. And are you going to end up in a nursing home? Are you going to be, taken care of? Who's going to be there for you? And I think that a lot of the things that they address are really what, this is a show from the 80s, but it's still happening now. They mention very often the Shady Pines retirement home, and according to Sophia, the 80-year-old mother, she constantly talked about how they mistreated them. They didn't give them, food, or, they didn't take care of them. They were mean, they were awful. And one of the things that they did mention throughout several of these retirement home episodes is the Medicare didn't pay enough for these elderly people to be in there, which wasn't sustainable. They couldn't sustain adequate care, and although some people wanted to do more financially, they were unable to help them out. Death and dying is also one of the topics when you're discussing, aging. And, there's a lot of death. There's, people are getting older, their friends are dying, and you start to wonder, when am I going to be next? And you know, those episodes were really sad, you know, when you think about it, because it's like you're in your golden years and you're getting there, and any day can be your last. Lastly, I wanted to talk about, you know, the primary aging that they're dealing with, and this is all those biological factors. Like you have Blanche, the Southern Belle, who it's all about her looks, and she's all about being attractive to men. That's her physical appearance was what draws men to her. And as she's getting older, you have more wrinkles, you have you know, a bigger belly, or you know, your skin is sagging and you're not as tight as you were when you're younger. And these are one of the you know, conflicts that she faces every day. So sexuality and aging and the elderly is two of the main concepts for the premise of this show. And it's a great show. I think you learn a lot about what our elderly population has to go through on a day-to-day basis, and I think it makes you appreciate them a lot more.